This edition of Mac Voices is supported by MacStock Conference and Expo and the Midwest Mac Barbecue, coming to Woodstock, Illinois on July 16 and 17. Join me, along with a host of great speakers, including Mac Roundtable members Victor Kayal of the TerraTech Podcast, Adam Christensen of the MacCast, Don McAllister of Screencasts Online, and Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast. Learn more and register at macstock2016.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Mac Voices at NAB in Las Vegas. I'm here with Alex of Symply talking about storage. A lot of storage.
Lots of storage, Chuck.
Lots of storage. We like lots of storage because we generate a lot of stuff.
It's very true. Most users do, and they really run out of the performance they need for storage and the capacity really quickly, which makes it easier for companies like Symply.
So tell me about Symply and what you do and how it solves my problems.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Symply is a storage manufacturer, but we're kind of different than all the others. We're at NAB 2016, and we're premiering our new storage products built for individual creative users, mainly people who use a lot of storage, but people who need more performance and capabilities than you normally would see with regular storage. Most storage is built for spreadsheets and databases, and some are built for graphics, but a lot of them really don't understand what it means to do high-resolution video content, build different video content, and manage it. And so creatives start with needing a little bit of storage. They grow to more storage. They like to work with other creatives, so they need to collaborate. We build storage that does that. And above all, the storage is not only affordable, but it's expandable. They can do anything they want with it. And because we're a Mac-based company, what we do is we build native Mac OS apps, we build iOS apps, and even a watch app for managing your storage.
I want to hear about the watch app that manages my storage.
Well, really, the watch app monitors your storage, but it at least gives you an idea. It's intuitive enough to basically say, let's say you've got a small work group, a couple users, they're there, they're cutting a 4K video, but you got to go to lunch, and you're the system administrator. Probably not your full-time job. You're an editor, but that's what you end up having to do with everybody else. So all of a sudden, someone in the office calls you and says, we're noticing we're running a little slow. Go to your watch app, you look, says, hey, we're running okay. You look at your throughput, you look at your latency, you go, it looks good. Oh, you're 99% full. Now you know what the problem is. Time to move some stuff off, right? Or the other thing that happens, you get a notification on your watch. It says, oh, there's a problem. We've got a bad hard drive. What do you want to do? You could go back to the office and replace it, or you can push the button and essentially you can call support, and then we'll send one out to them. Very simple and easy.
I like that.
It's a good use for a watch.
Oh, absolutely. It solves the problem.
Get the time in between that too. You'll know exactly when something happened.
Now, you started out by saying individual, and I love that because everybody wants to do collaborative, which is great because a lot of us do it, but also a lot of us work independently or individually. And so you're addressing that particular market.
Absolutely. One of the things that we found was that people either went to the very high end of the market, they left all the work groups out, collaborative, that we care about, and the individual creative people, they really didn't focus on them. They said, here's drives, here's what you got, go stack those things up, or buy these RAIDs that probably people are using at home for other functions, like you're recording movies and things like that, off Netflix or something like that. They're trying to figure out how to do that. They really didn't look at creative users and say, I have to have something that's reliable and easy to use and easy to set up, and I'm a single person who just needs a RAID with a lot of storage. There's a lot of them out there that just say that, but not a lot of people really get it. So what we did is we went after the individual creator and we said, what would be the most important thing they need? First thing is, how about you plug it in, it just works? How about you can manage it remotely from anywhere, with an iOS app? Or how about you've got a Mac and you just want to plug it in and you want to know that it's going to work the best for what you do? So we optimized it off the fly for that. The other thing is we wanted to give people a way that they could expand it. And so we made the storage expandable using our Symply Share. Not only does it give you collaboration, but allows you to add storage to the storage you already have. So you also say, as an individual, well, I buy some that are hard drives, some that are SSDs today. We give you the ability to do both. Mix and match, get performance, get capacity, and be able to do any type of work you need. And we know the work changes all the time. So, we want you to be able to be ready for that too.
Now you say I can add storage. Are we talking about I stick another drive in, or I upgrade my existing drives? How does that work?
There's both ways to do that. So first of all, we're Thunderbolt based. So we give you the ability to go Thunderbolt 2. In the future, hopefully we're going to be Thunderbolt 3 throughout the world. We're ready for that today. For From a hard drive standpoint, you can buy it with smaller hard drives, go to bigger hard drives. You can buy it populated partially with hard drives, add more hard drives or add SSDs. You can start with SSDs and add more hard drives. So depending on the model you choose, you have extreme flexibility.
I think we're all waiting for the spinning drive to die, but it's not going to anytime soon because at this point it's pretty cheap storage.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen because it's very reliable for the cost, and hard drives have a life. Even SSDs have a life. So 3 to 5 years, you're going to have to replace them anyway. Well, until SSD prices get down, hard drives are still going to be around.
And I got to say, these are just very cool-looking boxes on top of everything else.
Well, thank you.
I don't know if that was really a big focus, but it certainly has been achieved.
Yeah, it's interesting because the design, I mean, they're circular. The only other thing I can think of circular like that is maybe a Mac Pro, but the reason they're circular is for a couple of reasons. First is that everybody who has something on their desktop is an individual creative person. You don't want to put your hard drives on the floor. Pick up dust and dirt, and it's really not good for them. Even SSDs, they clog up and then they don't cool. These things do generate a lot of heat. So if I want to put it on my desktop, it's got to A, look cool, but B, it's got to work really well. So with this circular design and being able to put the hard drives within an aluminum shell, we get a couple different things. The first thing is you don't hear the hard drives. So most systems have a hard drive with a face in the front, and you get noise coming out of that. So you got dBs of noise and things you don't want to hear. With the aluminum shell, we insulate that. Second thing is by going around, we've actually built this like a convective cooling. It draws from the bottom, it draws up through the hard drives and out through the top, and we have a fan on the top that helps that. By going round and a little bigger in diameter, we can use a larger fan, which runs slower, and it automatically helps the cooling go out. We keep this thing down to about 35 dBs. You can still put it on your desktop. We don't get all that hard drive whining noise that you get, and all you really hear is just your Thunderbolt port. And that's what we tried to do. We also did a couple other things. We made it green, because green is good. And we did go green, and it glows green. But if you're a creative person, we have a studio mode. Go into the iOS app, click studio mode, the green goes out, so it's silent. But that green glows red when there's a problem. So there's a function for that as well.
That's good. What kind of pricing are we talking about for this? I realize different configurations and all, but where do you start and where do you end?
We start around $1,295 for our smallest entry-level 12-terabyte configuration, and then we go up from there. But realistically, you can even go to, as you grow, you can go to 8 collaborative users and stay under $10,000. It's pretty exciting, with a lot of storage.
With a lot of storage, yeah. The website where we send folks?
That's gosymply.com.
Alex, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Folks, more from NAB in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Mac Voices. Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the MacVoices blog. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date on all the latest MacVoices news from our front page or at MacVoices.com/newsletter. Do more with your Apple tech by subscribing to the free MacVoices magazine on Flipboard by visiting MacVoices.com/magazine. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.